now listening to another episode of Streets to Success podcast with Frank Jalil, and we got a special guest from the Cobain Report.
Oh, yeah, it's Mally Cobain of the Cobain Report. I don't need too much introduction. Back up, dighead, or dighead, back up. That's a rumble me.
Mally in the building, man.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I'm feeling great, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. These last couple months, I've been feeling extraordinarily great. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here, too, man. Y'all.
We'll get into why you feel like that then. Is there something behind it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely something behind it. I got a nice little story.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well,
That's what's
Bill,
up.
tell them how we start off.
So we usually start off from where you been at in life, like everything you went through all the way up to the point that you at right now. Where you from, everything like that. Where you from, Molly?
I'm from a little block called 60th and Master out West Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. Shoot. Where do I start?
As early back as you can remember, like childhood, like who was in the crib, like
Oh, damn.
mom, pops, like.
Well, I was raised in a single parent home like most of us was. Wasn't my pop's fault. My pop passed away before I was even born. That was due to drinking and quick little sidebar story. He was vicious drinking boy, and him and his right hand man, which ended up being my godpop, they drunk themselves into a stupor. He was knocked out. It was an electrical fire, and by the time my pop man woke up, my pop was engulfed in flames, and the apartment was so flamed out. He had one choice: is either die with his man or jump out the window. So anybody gonna pick the right thing to do was jump out the window, and so he made it. My pop didn't.
Sorry to hear that.
Ain't no problem with that. You can't. I'm always one to say, like, you can't feel something for somebody you never met.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I wish I could have met him, but yeah, I appreciate it though. So, grew up single parent home. My mom did everything she could to raise me the right way, and I was like one of them kids that I was spoiled, but I was poor too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, my mom did everything she had to do to make sure I didn't feel what we was going through.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I used to live in Logan. In my earlier years, I was born actually in Camden, New Jersey, at Cooper Hospital. And then we moved over here because her and my uncle wasn't getting along or whatever. So we moved over to Philly. She had got a nice little house over in Logan. And it was around a time where all those houses over there was sinking to the ground and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So we had to move out of that joint, and we moved to West with her dad. And from there, we was just, moving around, going from school to school. I was going from school to school. We was going to apartment to apartment. And by my pop dying, he left me a couple dollars. So monthly, I was getting a check or whatever the case may be. And with what my mom was doing, to keep us afloat or whatever the case may be, working, hustling, doing her ones and twos. And not to know it, I didn't know until I was about 11, 12 years old and shit, that she had an addiction. Like, she was addicted to crack. It was around that time, the 80s and all that cool stuff. So, but the way she carried it, I never knew until I got older. And then, you being in the streets and all that, playing like football and all that, the other kids, you never know what your kids is talking about amongst each other and shit. So that was one of the things that we had got like a welfare check. This one, when welfare checks used to come in the mail. And one of the people, I told one of the kids that in the neighborhood, it was like, your mom on welfare, the kid. Like, at first, I didn't know what was wrong with welfare. I'm like, well, that's free money. Like, but the way they was kicking it made me feel like shit though. Like, I was like outcast or something. Like, your mom on welfare, woo, woo, woo. And then how did I find out? Oh, so I found out my mom was doing drugs. I didn't know what the particular drug was. She used to do this thing. We used to live on 55th and Master, and she used to sit in the window, like, stuck. I didn't know nothing of it until I got a little bit older, and I was like, oh, that's what that was. You was fried. Yeah. And then your one little, how people skits. Yeah. Well, her skits was sit in the window and just stare out that motherfucker and be looking around and shit.
So let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. Due to the loss of your father, your mom's addiction, how did that like play a role with your schooling? Like, how were you in school and from going from school to school at the time?
Ironically, And the crazy part was I still was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, my life, like my thought process, even, as a young boy, I didn't think nothing of shit. Like shit didn't really affect me. I just know my mom. I was that scared of my mom. Nigga, you better go to school. Do the right thing. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I was a class clown for sure. Like that's all I did. Like laughing is a big part of my life. Like
Okay. But grades good.
Grades was good. Attendance good.
Okay.
I wasn't that much of a troublemaker in school, except for
What about siblings? You had other siblings in the household with you?
no. Actually, I got an older brother. He's 13 years older than me. So by the time he was out of school, I mean he was out the house by the time I started coming of age or whatever. He went to the army and he was going through his own little struggles and stuff like that. So for real, I was like an only child. It wasn't until I got older and then my mom met my step pop.
Okay.
That's when I started having like his sons and stuff like that. It was like siblings and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. R.I.P. to Vinny, and my brother Rob. They was my siblings around at the time. But for real, I was like an only child, to be honest with you. So we didn't get one day my mom, she was sitting in the back room of a crib that we used to live on 61st Street, right? And this was the time that my mom just got fed up with, doing drugs, her overweightness and all that. We was sitting there watching TV together. And like I said, one thing my mom did was made sure that I didn't feel none of the pain that she was going through. And this is one particular day we sitting back there, we watching TV.
How old are you at this time too?
At this time, I was 15.
Okay.
Or 14. I was 14. No, I was 15. At this particular time, we sitting back there, we watching TV, laughing at a little sitcom or whatever, but she was just sitting there. She wasn't laughing, I'm cracking the fuck up. But she was just sitting there in her own little zone. And out of nowhere, she was like, you know what, fuck this. Just like that. And then she went back to us laughing and communicating. I ain't dig it at first what that fuck this was about, but now I did. And once she said fuck this, the very next day, she checked herself into rehab, a little outpatient joint, because she always thought, like, I can't take no time away from my babies and shit, like, from my baby anyway. So I'm going to do this outpatient rehab. I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes. I'm going to stop doing the hard. I'm going to stop smoking weed. I'm going to just stop everything so I can live longer for my kid. And she did that. Not only did she do that, she put on some ankle weights, threw a trash bag on her body, swept a little sweatsuit.
She turned it up.
Oh yeah, she wasn't
Turned it up. Complete 180.
R.I.P. Sharon Fuller, because that's where I draw all my strength from. Like, she just started working out. Worked out so much that her knees started hurting and shit like that. But yeah, it took her till she.
You think that was probably like an escape or another addiction? She had to like do something.
Yeah.
So at least.
Yeah, she had to pour herself into something else to keep her mind off of what she was going through.
Yeah.
It wasn't until my dumb ass got to high school is when I started like kind of fucking up. You feel what I'm saying? But my mom's biggest thing was I went to Overbrook High too. Shout out to all my people that went to Overbrook. But I went to Overbrook, and it wasn't until I got to Brook, because it was so loose and like you just like a big fashion show. Like everybody just doing their ones and twos in that joint. So I became a part of a clique. That's why I said I'm from 60th and Madison and all that cool stuff. It wasn't until then I started kind of like fucking up. But my mom's biggest thing was, you gonna graduate high school, dummy. Because you can't do nothing in this world without a high school diploma. That was her biggest thing, because she never got a high school diploma.
Yeah.
So she like, you gonna walk down this aisle, you gonna get this high school diploma. And as much as I tried to fight it, she fought back. Much as I ran, she ran harder. As much as I talked, she talked more. And I ended up getting through high school. And, I ended up walking down that aisle. If it wasn't for that lady, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I actually got kicked out of Brook, too. My dumb
Did
ass.
you graduate from somewhere else?
Yeah, I graduated from East Spencer Miller, sidebar. So at gym time, people put their stuff in the lockers, right? And it was some dudes that didn't or couldn't afford a lock or was too lazy to get a lock. Yeah. So my dumb ass, what I used to do was go down to the gym room. I used to be opening locks. Like, this dude got his clothes in this joint unattended. I go in the pockets. Oh, there's money in this joint. Oh wow! So that became a thing.
Yeah.
Boom. I started reading lockers. So much so to the point where people start getting hit. So I'm like, damn. So I said the only other places to go is the ones that got the locks on them. Boom. So I took a metal file to school, right? Got into school, started popping the locks. It was real. It was big money in them joints, $300 and $400. All this cool shit. It was weed in that joint. Oh, jackpot on these niggas. But the metal file that I was using, it kept breaking off to the point where it was like this small. So now, one day I'm on my way to school. I'm like, fuck, I need something to pop these locks with, like, cause I'm dead pop. I ain't got no bread. I'm fucked up. I'm like, all right, Mom, you got a couple dollars? No, boy, I ain't got shit for you. Damn. All right, fuck it. So I went in the basement. I found my dumb ass finds a tire iron, or the joint that you take the nuts off the tire.
Yeah.
I thought I could get into the school with this joint, and usually the security don't be on point. Today they want to be on point. I tried to walk past the metal detector. Like, no, you go around that metal detector. I said, shit. So instead of my dumb ass turning around and rolling out, I tried to slide through the metal detector. Slide through the metal detector. That shit damn near blew up. I'm like, oh shit. Everybody looking at me like, what the fuck he got? They pulled me to the side. They pulled my shirt up. They like, oh no, you dummy, come on. Pull this big ass crowbar looking thing out my waistband. They asked me all types of stupid questions. Man, who after you?
Yeah.
The security don't know. Like, bro, you know, I'm one of the most notorious fucking groups of niggas in this school. There ain't nobody to fuck after me. But I couldn't play that
play it
part.
off.
Right. I couldn't play that rule because I'm like, I still look like a nut with this crowbar in my joint. So I'm like, nobody's after me, man. I just had this joint, man. So you just had it, huh? All right, boom. End up getting expelled and kicked out of Brook for that dumbass shit. That was like one of the worst but best mistakes I ever made in my life. Because if I'd have stayed in Brook, I would have never made it out of high school at all. So I ended up going to East Spencer Miller, which was Cato before. They just switched the name up. Got there, grades went back up, and then I ended up graduating with West.
Okay.
12th grade year, boom. From there, I'm talking about I wasn't even out. That same summer, I ended up getting my baby mom pregnant, and I had my daughter.
But listen, when you started messing up in school and breaking into the lockers and all of that stuff, did that ever transition to like outside of school to the streets? Like you jumping in the streets full throttle?
Well, to be honest with you, I was already in the streets. Yeah, I was already selling weed, a little bit of coke. I was already punching on people. I was wild.
Yeah.
I was wild. Yeah, I was wild. Cause my block, we was wild.
Yeah.
We was some wild dudes. So, but again, I liked it. Back then, like I said, Brook was like a fashion show / club. Okay. So you would love to go to school. Like, I mean, like you don't want to miss nothing and shit. So I get kicked out, and then that year, I get kicked out, go to East Spencer Miller, get my shit together, graduate with West.
Okay.
Once I graduate with West, now I'm out. I'm like, I'm an ass man. I do what I want to. Now I turn it up on the selling shit and all that cool stuff. And I had my daughter. Boom, 2003. Had her. So in my mind, I'm like, damn. But the thing about it, my mom was still looking out for me. Even though I ain't no job, I'm just running around, you know.
Still was her baby at the end of the day.
Right. And I was, shout out to my man, big cousin and shit. He put us onto the scamming game a little bit. So we was getting money doing that. So I was pretty all right. Like I was a bum cool young boy. Like a bum broke young boy, if that makes sense or whatever. Like I had bum ways, but I had a little bit of money. So I could still take care of my child a little bit, break my mom off, shit like that. From there, going through little fights and stuff in the neighborhood, free falls, and the guns came.
Yeah.
And once the guns come involved, like I'm from an era where fighting was the thing. Like you had to rumble, you had to know how to rip. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to B McFly. That's my the top motivator and shit. That's really my man behind the scenes. Like if a motherfucker was too big for me to rumble, I'm gonna go get B McFly. Yeah. If a motherfucker was too small for him to rumble, he's coming to get me. Type shit. But the guns got involved, and then next thing you know, we we into some gangster shit now. People shooting at each other, people trying to get money, you know. And
this is when you were like 18, 19, 20?
About 18, 19, exactly, yup.
So you're still a kid, but you're technically an adult, but you're still young-minded.
Right, doing young-minded things. Like, I think, me personally, I had a very good, balanced life. Like, I didn't have to be in the streets. I kind of wanted to be in the streets because it was fun.
Well, probably 80% of the people you grew up with were anyway.
Right, matter of fact, a lot of us, for real, none of us really had to be in the street. We just chose the street route. Like, and what, none of us bums. Our parents, the ones that had the parents in their life, they had a good upbringing. Yeah. It was like you said, it was only about a few of us that was really like had to be in the streets, had to really sell drugs to get the next meal.
After high school, you didn't have a plan, like school, career, nothing.
I tried going to
community.
No, I tried to go to the Army.
Okay.
And I failed the test by 1 point. But that was around the time when Bin Laden and all that cool stuff. So I wasn't gonna fuck y'all thought y'all was gonna blow me up. Fuck and I'll take my motherfucking chances with the streets. So that's where the real gangsters was at anyway, over there with Bin Laden and all them. So I felt that was the plan. Felt that. From there, I speed the time up a little bit. I never been locked up as a juvenile.
Okay.
Like, I never did juvenile time. None of Slayton Farm stories and nothing like that. Glen Mills and nothing like that. So you
wasn't at Glen Mills and you qualified for a check?
I wish. I wish I was there to got my ass whipped by you guys, and I would have cooked y'all. I know somebody now and they got 20,000. I'm like, damn, why I wasn't there to get my ass whipped? But yeah, I waited until I was a grown ass man to do stupid shit. And you know, like
what was the stupid shit?
Stupid shit? Yeah. Well, again, first of all, when was selling drugs, I was a petty drug dealer. Like, I wasn't.
You graduated to an ounce and then stopped graduating?
Yeah, I just stayed right there with the ounce or ounce and a half. Yeah. Like I said, I was doing a little scam and shit and all that cool shit too. So I was like in and out of both. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just a matter of time till I got caught up in a raid, and then I got booked for selling drugs. You know, possession with intent to deliver. Got what I get on that? ROR, but never went back to court.
So now you have a.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got a warrant or whatever. Yeah, I had a warrant.
Petty case, basically.
Petty ass case where if I just kept going to court, they'd have threw that shit right out. Yeah. But nope, I didn't. And then my dumb ass, so it was about 2007. Now, mind you, I still had that possession with intent to deliver I was on the run for. Mm-hmm. My stupid ass was looking to try to get some money. I took it back to the 80s. Nigga ran around, started snatching pocketbooks. I'm talking about playing myself. I'm snatching pocketbooks, and I wasn't in my right mind because at this time I'm on Xannies.
That's when they said you was getting fried.
Yeah, listen, I was on Xannies. I wasn't introduced to the Percocets because Percs really wasn't a thing. Yeah. This was like 602s and all that shit was out. Mm-hmm. But I ain't give a fuck. I was Xanny and juice and weed for sure. I was that boy and all that. So every time I took some Xannies, I'm going out snatching some purse. And it was working for a second. And then one day I tried to snatch a purse, and my dumb ass get caught. But how I got caught was I ran in the house. Right, the cops was on my ass the whole time too. I run in the house, and when I run upstairs, my homie had a rifle underneath the bed. So when I ran upstairs, ran in the house, they come up there, they come get me. They find the rifle, find the lady, they find the lady pocketbooks, and all that cool shit. Right now, I get locked up. Consolidated all the cases. They let me go for what was it? Gave me 9 to 23 time served. All right, bet. Boom, come home, start doing the dumb shit again. Got Xanny. And the funny thing is, the PO, I'll never forget the PO face, but I can't remember his name. He said this to me, like, yo, I came in his office and I pissed hot for Xannies. He said, listen, bro, I have a lot of people that come in this joint just like you. He's like, how old are you? I think at the time I was 23. He's like, I know people that don't get off of paperwork till they 35. 36. He said, drink a beer. He said, this barbiturates and the weed and all that cool shit, that shit gonna get you booked. And, you know, that was when they was booking people real heavy back in the day for weed and dumb shit like that. It's gonna get you locked up. Just drink a beer or something. You want to be that fried? You think you can't do it? Whatever. Just drink a goddamn beer. Like, it ain't going. I said, yeah. I said, man, you know what? You totally right. And he was. How right this motherfucker was, I never knew it until I actually turned 35, 36.
And got off
paperwork. When I say this motherfucker called that shit, he called it.
Did you drink a beer?
Fuck no, I hate beer. I hate this shit out of Coke.
Stone
45. Billy D, whatever. But around that time I started snatching the pocketbooks again on some weird. I can't stand me saying it. Snatching the pocketbooks again on some weird shit, and I end up getting caught again. As a matter of fact, I'm lying. No, the last time I got caught was with the rifle, and that's what got me sent upstate.
They booked you for the rifle.
Right, they booked me for the rifle. Now, had I known better, for real,
they wasn't supposed to, right?
At all, but.
He took a deal. He was already in there.
Took a deal. Hyped it right. I'm sitting there so long. I ain't got no money. Ain't nobody funding no motherfucking pocketbook snatching ass dick. So fuck, dummy. So I didn't have no money.
Moy, when you was up there though, you ain't telling about the pocketbooks, did you?
No.
When you in the yard and all?
No.
I got booked with a big ass gun.
No, yeah, right. I was fraud. Yeah, me. I got booked with the 4 pound. It was on my hip. I was on the block. Yeah, no, I'm keeping it real now. It was a rifle in a pocketbook. It was a Gucci pocketbook though. Don't get it fucked up.
Hey, Molly. Was your mom still alive at this time? And if she was, how did she feel about that?
Yes, she was still alive at the time, and I was a dickhead.
Yeah,
but I was her dickhead. Like, she didn't give a fuck about none of that. Like, she just wanted to make sure I was okay.
If she was alive, I was gonna say too, like, you see the struggles that she dealt with the addiction, and you're doing Xannies, you're out there doing dumb stuff. It never dawned on you to like, damn, I'm kind of following in that
same.
Yeah.
Not at 23 and
yeah, you got older probably.
Wow, I thought I was on top of the world around that time.
Can we downplay that type of stuff too? Like, it's not as bad as that, but it's
especially if you're surrounded by people that are doing it too.
Right.
Like, he's smoking wet, he's doing this. So it's like kind of normalized.
Right. And as a matter of fact, I got introduced to Xannies when I was about 14. My 14th birthday. Took 2 Xannies. And you would think the shit that I went through, my step pop caught me, beat me the fuck up. My mom was sick. She threw this big birthday party for me and all this cool shit. I'm talking about from scraps too. And I just fucked that whole day up for them. And they fucked me up for it. But you would think I'd be like, man, you know what, I ain't. And it took me about 2 years to touch a Xanny again before I just started fucking with him full time again and shit like that. So got locked up for that.
Upstate.
Went upstate. They gave me a 3 to 6, running consecutive with a 1 to 2.
You got 4 to 8.
Basically, yeah. 4 to 8 for some nut shit. And like I said, my life was super balanced. Like, I was getting money too, because the scheming shit that I was doing and all that cool shit, fuck with the banks and all that shit, I was getting money. But on the down times, you know, it's always a downtime for something. That's when I resorted back to what I could do the fastest. Take some Xannies. Let me go fuck with some of these bitches that's gonna cut a check. It was like a lot of shit. Like
little hustles.
Yeah, little ounce hustling here and there. Probably at that time, probably even wasn't even an ounce. I probably was at a fucking court. What's that?
8 ball.
Not even an 8 ball. What's above 8 ball? And not even crack. We talking about weed.
Quarter ounce.
Quarter ounce. Yeah. So I go upstate.
You say you ain't getting no love, like you can't call home, or you ain't getting no one dropping money on commissary, nothing?
Nothing.
So was you really Maytag up there?
No, hell no. Now, I'm gonna keep it a beat. Once I got upstate, right, I was looking around, like, and when I say I ain't get no love, like, I had a few art, so I gotta take that back a little bit. My mom, of course, your mother gonna show you love. Yeah. A few of my homies, they show love or whatever the case may be, because you know time heals everything. I embarrassed myself, they didn't embarrass them, so it's like, man, fuck it, we gonna make sure Molly are, you know. Yeah. Woo. But when I got upstate and I looked around and shit, I said, I'm not washing people's drawers. I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not sticking nothing on my butt and smoking or whatever the fuck people do. I'm not doing none of that crap. So I said, damn, Oh, kitchen job. Oh, you take shit out the kitchen, you hustle. I'm like, oh, all right,
You was
bet.
green pepper and onion boy.
Fucking right. If you want some pizzas, I'm bringing a stack of them back. Like I was greatest for a kitchen. Definitely was the sweetest kitchen to ever work in and really make some money off of and be all right up that joint.
Yeah.
And again, like some people would send me checks and all that, so I knew how to like maintain it and hold it down without going broke.
So you was a grader for your whole bid?
No, I went to Chester. Went to Chester for a second, and then I went up to Somerset.
Okay.
What was your worst experience in prison? Jail, prison, whatever. Like, what was the worst experience you went through in it? Whether it was like seeing somebody get sent out or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I seen that. That was the worst experience.
yeah,
To see that, like it was crazy. They went in the cell. They was regular. It was two regular human beings. When that man came out, matter of fact, boy, he didn't even come out the cell. He didn't even come out.
No.
He didn't even come out. That's how bad it was. I'm talking about his shit was split open. He was poked up a little bit. Yeah, boy had to they had to feed him. Like so he wouldn't get caught by the guards and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody want to go to the hole. Boy had to stay in his cell for the rest of that time.
until he healed.
Oh my God, yes. I'm talking about when you went in there and looked at him and shit, because it was my man's cell, so I was allowed to go in and jump. Shit was on dubs. He poked him up. One man poked this guy up, and he was looking bad. He was in bad shape. Like he could not come out for like at least a week.
I just seen Peasy post. You see the boy Peasy, the rapper Peasy, he posted that jail was fun.
Oh, why? Where he get?
Look,
He's a get. He's a little Freaky Friday. How jail is nowhere near fun. Let me tell y'all young niggas out, man. Jail is not fun. I don't know how y'all can do it.
18 months, yes sir. 18 months.
Like I'm just for me being away from my family for 18 months, cause I know if I'm removed from the situation, shit fucked up.
That shit went by so fast because jail's fun, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh, he gay. Yeah,
I
he's
had a
good.
ball in there.
Yeah, well, who in there?
Who went gonna tell you the same shit?
It wasn't that like
Oh, he had a ball in there. I thought you said he had them all. All what?
I had a,
what made it a ball though?
You gotta make the best out of every situation you in.
Yeah, but it's still not fun.
No.
Listen, I made the best out of jail by working out.
bidding. You were the bid. I
What?
know you were the bid.
That's what now. That's
Gotta
what
bid.
got me through jail.
Yeah, no bullshit.
All my life, I had this personality. I always wanted to make people laugh, but I always wanted to be taken serious. That was my little problem, and that's where I tried to be a gangster at and be so tough and all this cool shit. And when I
You
got
think just because I'm funny, I'm sweet.
right, that was a little. But when I got to prison, that became my muse. Like that's what got me through. Bid.
And that's what got other people through too.
Right. Like I'm talking about, and I was making jokes on people like, you ain't coming home to the sunburn out, dickhead. Like they be like, oh yo, this young boy crazy. I was like, wow, I got away with that one.
Yo, that's some crazy stuff.
Shit,
To
right.
tell a lifer
Right,
or
you
something.
ain't coming home to the sunburn out, dickhead. Oh yo, you funny as shit, youngin. But lifers believe that they're coming home one day. Whether it's through a pill or through some governmental shit that just so happened I was too young to get locked up. So, I was just saying shit and the people would be laughing. They loved it. I never got into a fight. No, I'm lying. It was always in the county. But upstate, I never got into a fight.
Yeah.
Never, not one time.
Everybody in their bed.
Right,
Trying
everybody
to get home.
trying to chill, go home. It was all good. So,
So you got home on your minimum?
yes. Actually got home before my minimum. This when they was doing pre-release. They let me go for pre-release. Went back like a dummy because I wanted to be smoking wet.
On pre-release, you went back?
Yeah, because I wanted to be smoking
That's
wet.
a rumble me dickhead.
Super rumble me, dickhead. Not only did I go back, I went back to the hole. Dummy, it was so smack up. I was like, damn, I'm going to the block. Like, no, dickhead.
Oh, you left from the hole?
No, I when I came back from pre-release,
Okay.
they sent me straight to the hole. Because, like on pre-release, you still on jail count and on jail rules.
Property, yeah.
Right. So when I went back, the violation that would have took me to the hole,
Dirty urine, basically.
bam, took me straight to the hole. So I had to do 90 when I went back, then went back to the block. I'm salty as shit.
Was you eating the ketchup packets in the hole?
Ew, no. That is funky as hell.
I was.
You eating ketchup? You was that
Bro, I
hungry?
was hungry as shit. Bro, I ate the whole apple, you hear me? The
tore that
seeds and
apple.
all. Bro,
Nigga
right?
said
You can't order no commissary, trays. Bro, you know in the county, bro, sometimes they see you the trays with the hard beans. You
Right.
can't even eat the beans, they so hard, bro. So the substitute for the beans was
I'm eating whole apples,
all
orange
of that, bro.
pills, and everything.
Yeah, I was dumb hungry, bro. Bro, what?
No, I ain't gonna lie. When I went to the hole, I was in there with some thorough guys. Shout out RB. Shout out Big Bootsy. They got life too, and they already had it their way in their jail, so they was getting extra food and stuff like that. So once I got on the gate, everybody knew who I was. And I just was making people laugh and all that. Man, make sure you get Young down there that extra tray. Hey, yo, CEO, that thing you was going to get from the kitchen and all that. Like, I was never really hungry down that joint. Like, I've been blessed. I've been blessed all my life. Like, so.
What happened at the hole? You got out, went back on pop?
Got out, went back on population. Was doing me. Like I said, the time I came out, then I was on, I was in grades for about close to a year. Then they sent me back up Somerset.
Okay.
No, I'm lying. They ain't sent me back up Somerset. I stayed down Grady's for it. Shout out my man Kev. Shout out Doug. They was my walkies and my next door neighbors, right? And the whole time I was locked up, I was thinking like, I gotta do something different when I go home. Because obviously being a gangster and playing myself is not for me.
How old was you at the time?
29 to 30, something like that.
Yeah, it's starting to creep in.
Right. It's like, damn, I got a daughter out there, John. My mom giving me hints that she got cancer, stuff like that. Like, I really had to put the puzzle pieces together in jail. Your mom or your father or your parents or whoever your loved one is don't want you to feel a type of way while you're in jail. So, she was lying and dressing up the truth a little bit, however she could, just keep my sanity. But I figured it out. And I'm like, damn, I gotta do something different when I go home. Like, I gotta get a job. I just gotta move different when I get out this time. Like, this not it. And this was my third joint. Like, I'm like, this is not it. And
What they give you a hit for the dirty urine? Did they violated you?
all right, boom, I got out. I did the time for the dirty urine. Then I got back out again. I got it together. Got my life together. Had a job, had everything rolling. I went back to the scamming shit. I got locked up for the scamming shit. Boom. So when I got locked up for the scamming shit, I went to Montgomery County. They gave me 8 to 23 for that because scamming don't really hold no weight.
8 to 23 months.
Yeah, it was a white collar, blue collar, however you call it, type of crime. So it really don't hold that much weight. And then the money I took wasn't really that much. It was 80 bands. Would I do it again? I maybe would. But the 8 to 23, then they sent me back to Greenwich for it. So, all right, that second time, I'm mixing the two up a little bit. So the second time, I did go back up to Somerset, got released from Somerset, came home, got my life right, found the chick, got a job, went back to scamming. The scamming shit got me booked. Fuck. Went back to Greenwich for it. And this is when I was thinking like, damn, I gotta go home and do the right thing. Because obviously doing fucked up shit, it's not gonna work. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, now at the same time, social media was just born. And I think at the time it was just Facebook. So when I came home that second time, Facebook was a thing.
Okay.
When I got re-locked up, 106 in Park was still rolling, and they kept talking about Twitter and Instagram. So what the fuck is that new shit they talking about? They ain't paid no mind. My man Doug and my man, like you just heard the music change. Everything was just changing to what it is now.
Yeah.
So my man Doug and my man Hawk, we walk in the yard one day, and I just bust out and said, "Yo, I'm gonna go home and be a stand-up comedian." My man Hawk looked at me, and Free Hawk, he ready to come home soon. He in the fashion shit. He watches me to this day on the gram or whatever. And he looked at me like, he said, that's the first time I heard somebody say some shit that I believe they really gonna do when they go home and actually do good at it, bro. He's like, cause you got the personality for it to stand there. I was like, no, yeah, bro, I'm really gonna go out here, be a stand-up comedian and do some type of comedy shit and all that. He's like, all right. He's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I wish you the best of luck with that joint. Got released, when I came home, you know, I made sure I had a job, and then I was going to community college. So I finally took me all the way to 31, 32 to come home and start trying to get this thing right. And like I said, I was 35 when I got off the paperwork because I had 3 years left, parole to walk off.
Okay.
No, probation to walk off. Boom. So when I got out here and I started seeing how shit was working, I'm like, damn, all right. I stepped into the stand-up field first. When I stepped into the stand-up field, that was clicking a little bit. But then social media, Instagram started doing videos and all this cool shit. So I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna use this to promote this. Boom. Started doing it like that. I started gaining traction off of it a little bit or whatever. Now by this time, my mom just let the cat out the bag. I got cancer. Fuck. All right. So, you know, while I was pursuing my dreams and going to school and, you know, working this job, I'm helping my mom with her cancer situation because she said, I ain't trying to die in the hospital. I'm trying to die at home if I'm going to die anything. I'm like, all right, but it got that deep. Like, we found out when she was going, like, she had so much, but so much time to live or whatever. So Wallow comes home, right? Wallow's a big inspiration in my life because I watched him go from where I just came from to now doing what he doing now. That gave me the battery in my back to say, you know what? Fuck that. I'm quitting my job. I'm quitting college. But I got an acting credit before I dropped out of college. And I'm going full time at content creating and all that cool shit. But like I said, at the time it wasn't content creating, it was just being funny. So while I'm doing that, I'm taking care of my mom back and forth. I did my first big stand-up at the Laugh House, right? But I'm going to get to that in a second. So back and forth with my mom, making phone calls, let me know she was okay, or if she's not okay, come back to the crib. And that was like a real bad time for me around that time. Like, she was having strokes, and it was just like her body was breaking down. It was like, it was close to the end and shit. Then the day she died was the day I did my biggest show ever. I watched that woman take her last 12 to 15 breaths, me and my daughter, because my daughter was sleeping in the room. Like, she had an apartment, so I was sleeping on her bed. She was sleeping on I was sleeping on the couch. She was sleeping on her bed, and then my daughter had a bed in the room and shit. And my daughter woke me up and was like, Dad, come here. Came in there, John. She was taking her last breaths or whatever the case may be. And she just passed. Boom. It was like 6:30 that morning.
What year was this?
This was 2016. I came home 2015. She passed 2016. I went 16 or 7. No, it was 16. Yeah, yep. So it makes it 9 years. And so that morning she passed about 6:30. The guy that runs the Laugh House at the time, he was coming to pick up the ticket money. And I came out, you know, ambulance was there. They was coming there to pick my mom up, whatever. And I had to tell him, like, damn, listen, bro, if I'm a little off tonight or whatever the case may be, you know, but my mom just passed away. Here go the ticket money from all the sales and all that cool stuff. So he's like, in the middle of him taking money, he's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, no, my mom passed away. And as I'm saying it, they bringing my mom out with the white sheet over and all that cool stuff. So he like, oh. He like, listen, you don't got to do the show tonight. You don't got to do it. You can take time to yourself. I said, no, I'm doing this, John. Because I felt like, before my mom passed, right, she said, like, damn, she seen how happy I was doing this shit. Yeah. And how, this the first time ever in her life I was so into doing something constructive. And she was like, she was my biggest fan. Like, if anybody said I can do this shit, it was her. So I felt like that day, like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this show, and I gotta keep pushing. Like, I gotta keep doing it. And that night, got on the stage. A bunch of motherfuckers came out, supported me. I ended up murdering that John. And from there, though, I left something on the stage. I don't know what it was. I left a piece of me on that stage that night. Like, and I've been, from that night all the way up until when you remember you asked me in the beginning, like, damn, it's a reason why you feeling like the way you feeling.
Yeah.
All the way up until the point where I had to go sit my ass down for a second. I was been scrambling and struggling with drug abuse. You feel what I'm saying? So when my mom died, I started pouring myself into like ecstasy pills and Percocets and fucking bitches, smoking bud, drinking. But it was the ecstasy pills that were in Mally too. Those were my two favorite components, because when I first like took the E pill, it made me happy. I was like, oh, the fuck is this? Gave me all this energy and shit. I'm all bubbly and shit. I'm like, oh, all right, but like, I mean, yeah. Like, anytime I thought about mom, I'll take one of these Jones and I'm back to normal. I'm back to cool.
So you basically use that as like your own coping mechanism in a way, basically.
That's
To
what
cover up the pain.
It's a source of happiness was coming from that pill.
Yup. It didn't make me funnier or nothing like that, because I am who I am.
Yeah.
It just made me feel a different type of good. It was like, damn, this John, all right, bet. I'm talking to the chicks. I'm like,
Brought you alive.
yeah, right. Like, yeah, it was times 10 though. It was like a different type. I'm walking on air type shit. So for the last, while I'm slowly becoming this phenom on social media, I'm also taking away from myself. Like, this bunch of dumb shit was happening. I was going through shit. Just a lot of dumb shit was going on.
Your ship's sailing, but it got holes in it.
Oh my God.
You're sailing still, but it's slowly
sinking.
Yep.
Slowly sinking like a motherfucker. I'm talking about, I got people running up to me, oh my God, you're Mally Cobain, give me hugs, they want me to sign shit. Like, all this surreal shit. Like, the fame is there, but the fortune was never coming. It was never coming. And a lot of people think about fortune as money sometimes. I think it's fortune is like, you know, self-preservation and spiritual sometimes too. And spiritually, I wasn't there. I was not there at all. Like, I can honestly say, before I sat down, I was a fucked up individual. Like, doing this shit, like having fun as far as making y'all happy. I mean, making sure other people's days was cool, but I was not pouring into myself at all. No way. I was not taking time for myself.
So when did this sit down happen? What occurred and how did that go?
4 months ago, I sat down. I went to Eagleville Hospital. 22 days, because I only sat down for 22 days. 22 days prior to that, again, I was just fucking with Percocets. But every so often, like, I thought I could get away with taking an E pill. Let me take one of these Jones and see if I can fuck one of these bitches and all this cool shit. And it was working until I was having real bad schizo problems. Like, I was schizo, thinking people was after me. Thinking I was seeing shit that I wasn't the fuck there. It was just all types of weird shit going on. And my manager, shout out to my manager, Kings 3030. He let me borrow his car because he was tired of me being on the bus and going to get my kids and on the bus and all this cool shit. He's like, man, bro, you're Mally Cobain. Like, you're not supposed to be on a fucking bus. Like, you're supposed to have a wheel and yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, damn. He like, here, you can hold my wheel. Because he had an extra wheel, you know what I mean? Let me take that back. Nobody got nothing extra. All right, he had a spare wheel. Yeah. That, you know, he wasn't doing nothing with, so he let me borrow that joint. So damn, I'm on my high horse. I'm in the car, I'm feeling good. You know, at this time, I wasn't taking the E-bombs though. I was just taking perks, smoking my little bud and shit. And I could handle the perks though. It's just always the E pills that fucked me up. But somewhere along the line, I thought like, damn, I could sneak these Jones and go get some pussy, one go cheat on my bitch real fast, and all this cool shit. And shout out to my girl too. I'll tell you about her in a minute. I go cheat on my bitch, and you know, woo woo, and I mean, get away with it. But every time I take them Jones, I would binge take them and start going through these dumbass episodes, psychosis, and all this weird shit. So this one particular night, I went to go bag a chick, right? Had everything lined up. Got some bug, got this, that, and the third going on. You know how you get move right and all that. And my man pulled up on me. Who car it is? My manager. He pulled up on me. I jump in his wheel. We talk a little bit. So he like, "Yo, what you about to do and shit?" I'm like, I'm about to go fuck this bitch and shit. You know, go do my ones and twos. So he looking at me, and I can tell like he was reading me like. So now he trying to talk me out. I was like, "No, bro, don't go do that. Like, let me see what the bitch look like." Like he never really did no detective work like this a day in his life. Let me see what the bitch look like. He like, "No, she ain't worth it, bro." You know, boo, boo, boo. Which she really wasn't. Like that's what I'm saying. Them E-pills that had you fucking anything. You think you fucking Beyonce?
Thought it was yeah.
What? That bitch was a clean duck. I'm talking about Daffy Duck. She was the worst. Cold womp too. I'm talking. She looked like me with hair. Like I'm truck juice. Fellas, put the pills down. She don't look like that. So he like, "No man, she ain't like." I ain't telling, and he kept saying this like, "I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you to don't make it a mission, bro." And right now, the way you add him in the bottle, you got sweat on your forehead. Right now, you want some Mission Impossible shit, bro.
Yeah.
Don't make it a mission. So I feel like he warned me. Then my girl called me out of nowhere like, "Hey, I thought you said you was gonna go make the money for the hoodie," because I was selling hoodies and t-shirts at the time. "I thought you said you was gonna make the money for you might as well not even go. It's getting late." Like I felt like
That was a sign.
that was a sign.
Stop me.
It was my mom talking.
That's what I
It
was
was
about to say.
God
That was
talking.
Dukes.
Bro,
Right.
my dumb ass said, "I'm doing this shit anyway." Got me fucked up. I'm gone.
Your
So-
mind was already made up.
Mine was made up to be a dickhead. I drive up there. I'm gonna tell you all the signs too. So it was my man, it was my girl. Riding up that joint, I missed the turn on the E-way. Almost got into a car crash on the E-way, right? When I missed the turn on the E-way, I had to jump off, right? And when I jumped off, I was in West Philly. Right there said, "Mally, you doing too much. Turn around. You in West. Southwest is not too far. Don't get back on that E-way. You might die, dummy. Go head home. Go head home." I said, again, "Not going home. I'm getting some dome." Get up there. I done took so many E-pills. By now, by the time I'm up there with the chick, we go into this smoke shop, not a smoke shop. You know them delis that be having the speakeasy in the back and all that cool shit. We went in one of them Jones. I bought her a couple shots because I'm going ham. Fuck all that. I'm gonna give her about 2 hours worth of work. Bitch didn't even deserve 5 minutes of my time. What made me go left and say, "You know what? This can't can't happen." She bought 3 211s.
She bought 3 211.
She bought. I don't even drink.
What the?
She bought 3 211s.
So you didn't end up getting no food? You wasn't hungry?
Food. We didn't even make it to that. That's how Rumble Me food hit. This is what happened. Once she took
Once me Grubhub.
Yes, straight the fuck up. Once she took the 211 back under the Stone Cold legislation.
Oh, she threw it back.
And literally burped. That's what I'm saying. When you said burped, that was kind of
No
funny.
way.
I'm like, damn, this bitch. I said, "Yeah, it's time for me." I said, "No, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and take you home." She said, "Well, no, what's wrong?" I said, "No." In my head, like, bitch, everything's wrong. No, ain't nothing wrong. I
You
just gotta
was,
get home with
you
my
was
family.
on too. That shit probably skeeved you the fuck out.
Bro, when she did that, now mind you, she lived in Kensington. I'm gonna say this again. She lived in Kensington. Everything did you say
Not
about
too
that
much on
word?
Kensington.
I'm sorry, but you know
That's his
Kensington.
hood. You know
Oh,
that's his
your
hood.
Whew, you know it's scary out there. Don't even act like that. It's scary as shit. And for her to be from, you know, it's them blocks, right? All right, so it was like she lived on a block. Like, all right, you go up a block, you make a turn, then you had to make like another turn, and then come around some shit, and then now this is her block.
Yeah.
It was a car.
Powder Street probably.
It was a. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna look back into that. But it was a car behind us the whole time. Now, my skits in mind, I'm thinking the car followed us. Boom. Car probably was just going that way because you could only go. And then when you get to a certain point, then you can like break off. But then if you go straight up, then it's her block. So I, went straight up. The car was behind us the whole time. And when we get in front of her crib, I'm telling her to get out the car. Now it was taking her forever to get out the car. So now in my head, I'm like, oh, this bitch trying to lie me.
Yeah.
This bitch
real
on
rap.
211s. I'm in Kensington. My man told me not to come up here. This is not my car. My girl's waiting for, oh, I'm going to get killed. I said, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get out the car. She's like, wait, I'm looking for my, I pulled off with her in the car. Pulled off with her in the car. I started haul ass, and I look up in the rear view. I still see headlights behind me. I'm still thinking it's the same car following me. I'm like, start asking her stupid questions like, damn, why would you try to get me lined up? And she like, what, nigga? I'm not, what are you talking about? Stop the car. I'm like, I ain't stopping this car. I rode so much, I ended up on the boulevard. From the boulevard, and I never drove on the boulevard a day in my life. I'm going in and out of traffic. I'm in my bag. Somehow I get to 12th and Cambridge, and I crash. Boom. I crash, hit my head on the steering wheel. When I hit,
Bump your head.
yeah, boom. And I sit back up like this. I look over. She like, oh. I'm like, all right, that bitch ain't dead. I'm cool. Like this, I'm just rationalizing shit in my head real fast. Cause that's what the E-pill do. It definitely make you think like this. I'm like, all right, she not dead. I looked at the car. That shit was crushed like a soda can. I looked at 2 other cars. They was fucked up. So I had a lot of explaining to do with that. I tried to pull off. The car wouldn't even move. I was like, oh yeah, this joint fucked up. So I put it back in park. Ambulance come. Tow truck come. Everybody came but the cops. They came. Tow truck guy. I mean, the ambulance come. They said, "Damn, you need an ambulance." I said, "Yeah." And from there, they put me and the shorty in the drum. I started sketching real bad. I'm thinking like the ambulance people was gonna kill me. I'm thinking the shorty lined me up with them. She know them somehow. They was going. I got to the hospital. I'm talking about when I say I was in that bitch tripping. I was tripping the fuck out. And what hurt me the most was it was people in there that knew exactly who I was. Like, oh shit, that's Mally Cobain. I'm like, oh my God. And they catch me in full skits mode. Shout out to the people that worked at Temple. If y'all did put some footage out there or if y'all did record me, I would have never known. But nothing came up on the internet. So I really appreciate y'all for that because I was really shit out of my mind. And I felt so uncomfortable in the hospital. I didn't get no treatment or nothing. Like my man Sturdy came up there and I was like, yo, bro, I don't feel comfortable in this joint. Just take me out of here and shit. I'll figure it out when I get home around my family. Came and got me. He took me home. When he took me home, I got in the crib. You know, we talked about everything, whatever the case may be, on the way to the crib. Because, you know, I crashed his car and all that. He was worried about it, but he really wasn't worried about it.
Worried about you.
He's worried about my well-being and shit, man. And it got me to the crib. And I had a nice 3 long days to think about it. I was still high for like 2 days. I remember I was telling you I was just popping. I was popping.
Yeah.
When that high finally came down, I think that shit happened on a Saturday. It was about that Tuesday morning, maybe Tuesday night. That shit came down. I could do nothing but ball up and cry. Like I was like really sick and salty and shit. Like I was hurt. Like that's the first time I ever, and I didn't sketched 1,000 times. I done been through shit on that shit 1,000 times. But that day was like, damn, like I really could have murdered myself. Damn, I really was out here in Philly acting like a fucking weirdo when I'm really like a sought after type of guy out this joint. And I was like, something gotta change. And I made the decision to go to rehab.
That's what's up.
Yep. I made that decision.
That's tough as a man to admit that you got a problem.
Right.
And then you can admit it, but then make the first step is the craziest doing.
Yeah,
Now
do
you
what's
gotta-
necessary.
You gotta
Do
start
what's
action
necessary.
on.
Right.
Because everyone thinks they strong enough for it. They don't got control. It don't got control of me. That's what everybody think. It don't got control of me.
And that's what I thought for the last 10 years. Cause like I told you, I was on and off. But that day right there, it was just like, fuck. Like, if I don't do something quick, I'm gonna die out this joint.
Yeah.
And I went to rehab. So, you know, me and my girl was, you know, conversing about it back and forth. for a couple days. And she was like, well, if that's what you think you gotta do, then fucking I'm rocking with you and shit. And shout out to my girl, her name Mally Cobain. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, she been with me. She done watched me go through some shit.
How long you been together?
We've been together going on 6 years now. And like when I first met her, I was on some bullshit. I was on bullshit. And she could have left me so many times. It's not like she a hit stick looking chick or nothing like that. Like she could have left me a couple times with somebody that's way sturdier than me, but she stuck it in there with me. And been my backbone ever since. So like her, my man Face over there, my man Dime Dukes. There's a few people that know about my struggle, BB. They know a few people that know about my struggle that stayed in it with me and saw this one through and shit. And when I went to rehab, I ain't gonna lie, the first day I was embarrassed because it was like, I'm Mally fucking, I feel like Robert Downey Jr. now. Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm in rehab, so I'm gonna be rehab here. And I'm like, fuck. But when I got in that joint, you know, the staff, they made me, shout out to Eagleville, the staff made me feel welcome as fuck. Cause they was breaking me down at first, like, but I ain't know why they was breaking me down and shit. Like, I'm like, no, not here. Y'all don't know what the fuck I'm like. Y'all don't be sitting on my shit. Like, but you never know who's laughing and whose day you's making, you know, while you out there doing your thing. Staff started pulling me to the side like, bro, ain't you in a movie? I was like, oh, shit. Like, well, yeah, I'm in a movie. Like, how you know, I watch you. Like, you funny and you the man. Like, man, listen, well, welcome to Eagleville. Like, they made it real welcoming. Like, they didn't treat me a certain way. Well, I ain't gonna lie, they treated me the best. Like, once they learned who I was, and then they learned, like, I'm really that same person that y'all see on the gram, start giving me shit and making sure my stay was better. And the patients, too. The patients was like, yo, I'm in here with Mally fucking Cobain. That's crazy. Well, listen, you took the right step, bro, in getting your life in order, because we need a nigga like you out there, John, man, because I go to your page every day, you know. So it started building my confidence up.
Yeah, did you set up, real quick, did you set up, like, just different ways to protect yourself from the addiction before you stepped out there, John? Like, whether it was, like, an environment or something like that. Like, I can't go right there. I know when I go back on that block, I'm going to want to get shotted again.
Nope.
Or, no? You just said I'm all the way done with it.
Done with the shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
When it comes to that, bro, you just got to want it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully, like
your mom said, fuck this.
That's it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I might need a little crutch, which is rehab. She chose outpatient.
So how long were you in there for? 22 days, you said?
22 days.
So when you were in there, right, you sat down in jail for years, went back to jail for, you know what I mean, violations, but you voluntarily went to rehab, and you went in there, it seems like, with a different mindset now, like, something got to change, I got to change. Now, in them 22 days, what was your thought process?
That was the worst 22 days. I mean, it was the best, but I'm talking about as far as, like, that shit was killing me. Because I'm like, I'm away from my family. I'm away from my kids. But after a while, the first couple of days, I'm going to say, I'm away from my family, away from my kids. But I knew I was doing it for the better of them.
It got better each day, you can say?
Each day got better.
So what was your plan when you came home?
Well, it was jump back on board on what I was doing. That was it. Like, I really, like, to make sure my plan basically was like, you know, just do better. Just whatever I was slacking on due to drugs, get back in those areas and do better. If I was slacking with my sons, do better with them. If I'm slacking with my girl, do better with her. Stop lying so much. Stop trying to be a cheater so much. Like, if you really love her, love on her. Like, you know, for me, instant karma happens quick. So if I, like, it's hard to explain, but, like, if I get caught cheating, I get caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing the right thing. So it was just like, come back out here and be Mally Cobain times 10.
Yeah.
But this time you got a story to tell. Like, you could save some lives. You could talk to certain people, like, and let them know, like, man, you don't need that shit if that's what you're looking for. I'm not here to tell a person to stop doing whatever makes you comfortable in life, because sometimes people can't deal with life on life terms.
Do you feel like you got your globe, like, a different glow to you and a different happiness to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
This the happiest I've been in a while. I think ever probably in life.
So, what was your plans when you came home though? Like working a job or going all in on the comedy and the social media? What was your plan with that?
For real, yeah, it was like I'm gonna go harder with social media and like trying to do more movie roles and just anything I can put my hands on that'll take my mind off of, doing any substance.
Yeah.
If a job come along, fuck it, I'll take that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just wanted to do more and more positive. Anything that was financially positive, anything. Like just knowing my worth and sticking to my worth. Like I just wanted to work on all of that. Like for real, I didn't really have a set plan though. Like I'm gonna do this. Besides the content shit, that was the set plan. But anything else outside of it, it was just like, just when it comes to me, do the right thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a
my
good job.
Yeah, that was my plan. Just do the right thing.
Do you think you're likely to take off and this shit to get rolling faster or even sooner with you being sober?
That was another thing. I felt like if I didn't go to I think that was the only thing that was holding me back as well. Shout out to-
You're sound, but you're sinking at the same time.
right now, I feel like I'm really
Thriving.
and really floating.
Yeah.
Like shout out to B McFly. He used to before I even went to rehab, he used to always say like, bro, just go to rehab real quick. Go to rehab real quick, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna get your glow back. You're gonna look different. You're gonna I'm telling you, like.
You wasn't ready yet, though.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
And he knew
you
that
wasn't
though.
ready.
He would, but him being my brother, we would have the conversation. He never was like force it on me, but it'd be like it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles, this, that, and the third go to rehab. You ever think about that? Like, damn, bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought about it, bro, but I'm just not, man. I'm just smoke a little weed. Like, all right, cool. And the
So you
Eagles
don't even
won.
smoke right now?
Nope.
Nothing.
That's what's up.
Smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
That stayed with me because rehab awards you that, but I don't do nothing. I don't do a pill. I don't
Life's
smoke
beautiful.
weed.
That's what's up, bro.
Life alone is beautiful.
Life is
I
all
don't
that.
do nothing either. Were you shot before?
Yes,
You got pop?
like a motherfucker. Like
What you do, dog?
I ain't do shit. You know the funny
what you
part? I ain't do a fucking thing. I was literally in the wrong place.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Right. That bullshit, right? I was on my way to go get a friend. This one Galaxy, RIP PNB Rock. This one Galaxy was the shit, the Galaxy Club, whatever. I had got invited to go up there, John. So I was going to go get a friend at the time, and he didn't want to go out for whatever reason. And so I said, "Fuck you, buddy. I'm gonna go get these bitches and all this cool shit, right?" So I went back, and I was on my way to go catch the L to the spot. In the midst of me going there, somebody stopped me and was like, "Hey, Marley, let me holler at you real quick, boo, boo." And it was one of them. He was one of those type guys in the hood too. Like he was really thugged out, so whatever the case may be, but he rapped though. And he pulled me to the side. He was like, "Damn, Marley, listen, man, how much is gonna cost for me to get you in a skit? This, that, and the third." So I'm like, "Man, that shit ain't gonna be about that." As we speaking about how much it's gonna cost, we laughing, we joking. Car ride past. Now, mind you, you never know what the person that you're talking to or anybody around you ever did in life. Mm-hmm. As we speaking and we talking, the car ride past. Now, I'm facing him, and he's facing this way. I see the car ride past, but I ain't think nothing of it. A bunch of cars riding past. But this particular car, I don't know why it stuck out to me. It just stuck out. And it stopped. So I'm talking. He looked over my shoulder. So when he looked over my shoulder, I turned around. By the time I turned around, somebody came out came out the car like this. There was one guy, he was on one side of the car. He was out hanging out the window. Then the other guy came from out the window and had like, I don't know if it was like a Mac or a can. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I know he was holding it with two hands. I said, "Oh shit." By the time I said, "Oh shit," it hit me. And I spun back around towards him. I'm like, "Oh shit." So as I'm spinning around towards him, he falling. When he fall, like, I didn't even, like, it happened so fast, I was trying to grab for him. That's how I really knew, because he was standing up when I seen him. So I went to go run and grab him, like, come on, you grab somebody, like, yo, come on. But he was getting heavy. as I grabbed him, and he just hit the ground. I just was running. There was 2 babies out there, 2 women, and there was another guy out there.
They ain't even care.
They
That's
just
the big-
they tore it up out there. They tore it up out there. Whatever he did, they definitely wanted him, and it was unfortunate because he died. And a female died, and it was like I said, it was the babies out there. I had to push a baby to the ground because this joint hurt so bad I couldn't grab the baby. So my only other way to defend the baby or like to push the baby to the ground, like so that way just get on the ground and hopefully the baby stay there. And I ran all the way down to about 52nd and Arch. It was a cop car out there. I just knocked on the door and said, "Yo, I'm hit." He put me in the cop car, and then he took me to university. And as I was riding as I got to university and they put me on the bed, they tear off all your clothes, see if you got any holes anywhere else. I heard him say over the radio like 2 people wounded and 2 people dead. I was like, damn, like, yeah. So I think a lot of that's where like the a lot of the skitsing and all that came from.
So how long ago was that when you got shot?
It was like I want to say 2018, something like that.
Did they give you perks for it?
I didn't even take them. That was the wild part. They gave me perk 5s or something like that, and I just didn't even bother to bust the script or nothing. I don't know what made me not do that, but I think I was going through a little like I didn't want to be leaning on drugs. Like I don't know what the fuck I was going through, but I didn't bust the script and I didn't take no perks. So I was just shy. I went to the hospital. I got everything cleaned up, but this joint healed up pretty quickly. It was like a good month.
That was another sign.
Yeah.
Another sign, man.
One thing about me, I'll be getting sign after sign, and this last one was just like, bro, you do something else again, you're going. You just acting like you ain't got no purpose around this bitch.
Yeah.
Like you might.
So now you feel like you got a purpose though.
Yes.
What's your purpose?
Oh, to shed light in the world through laughter.
Okay.
Um.
And you're actively doing that right now?
Yeah, to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
It might not be where I want to be yet, but yeah, I feel
Remember
like
you said, I think it was on a post or something. You said Wallow gave you some game. You said like he told you some. Could you share that? Like what was he saying to you? Like maybe not word for word, but what was like the message basically? And he gets game all day on social media, but this was personalized to Mally Cobain, right?
right. This damn that particular because I know you're talking. We was at the Free Fest, and that game particularly was just like don't stop, just don't stop. I just like you think people not watching, you think people don't see you. They do. And you think people not watching, you think people don't see you, but don't worry about that. You gonna hit your mark when it's time.
Go all in.
Just keep going, just keep going all in. Start expanding more for these. Like if you do stand-up comedy, which I know you do, start booking these venues and start getting sponsors and stop playing with it.
Yeah.
Basically, like I was like, damn. He never really he always got some shit to say to me when we meet and shout out to Wallow. But that one was like, it hit a little deeper because, he don't know my situation that I just was getting out of rehab or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that was the one.
You feel like you hit your ceiling with the comedy and the social media at one point and you got content? Can you say that? Like you got a bunch of followers and now you're just posting here and there and you're not big picture thinking or long-term thinking with it?
You know what's crazy? I never thought I hit my ceiling yet.
Yeah.
Never thought I hit my ceiling. Was I ever
content?
Was I ever content? For sure. I definitely thought like I'm cool for now. It was like for now.
But what are you waiting for though? Because you're only getting older, right? Your window's shrinking.
Nah, with comedy.
No, I know. It's you could be 80, right? But like. If you take off now, if I tell you it's going to take 100 stand-ups until you finally get it popping, right? how long is it gonna take you to do them 100 stand-ups? You don't know what the number is though, so you can't really.
Put a number on it.
Exactly.
Or whatever, right. But one thing about I can say for comedy, the older you are, the more in demand you are. Like a person wants, like they'll book you more.
Oh, you got more experience with life too, and you get better with your craft.
Yeah, right. So.
It's not like basketball or rap. That's like a young person's game.
Right. So, what am I waiting for? Nothing there.
Going on.
I probably before rehab, I probably was waiting for something, and still didn't know what the fuck that was. Probably somebody to come get me or see me. Now it's just like,
Ain't no one come to save you.
no, I'm a big dog. Be the big dog.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I used to didn't think he used to grind me up a lot about this. My man, No Rap Face, shout out to Face. He used to grind me up a lot and say like, "Damn, bro, you just don't know who the fuck you is." Huh? I finally realized who I am.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, let's go.
You just gotta be undeniable. Like, be so who you are and be so big and get so hot. Like, you can't deny me.
Right. So I feel like I got way more to go too.
Yeah. You gotta say hello, my baby.
We good. So you said you feel like you ain't hit your ceiling yet. With that being said, what's your 5-year goal? Where you see yourself at in 5 years?
Touching some of the biggest stages, knowing the man. At least doing. You said it might take 100. At least doing.
So many a year,
Yeah, like
10 a year, or
no, more than that.
yeah.
Stand ups, way more than 10.
Who's someone that inspires you?
Like right now.
Yeah. Growing up and then like right now, like modern.
Oh, growing up, Dave Chappelle and Martin Lawrence definitely growing up. With the Chappelle show and just Martin Lawrence period.
Yeah.
Movies, stand up, hosting the Martin Lawrence show.
What about now?
Now, see, because it's in so many different forms now. Like you got the internet, you got stand
That's what I was about to ask you. Like,
Instagram comedians and
how do you adjust to that as a comedian? Because the traditional route is stand-up comedy. But now it's like you got the Drewskis and stuff like that. They getting popping off of the internet.
Right.
So it's like, how do you adjust to that?
Or you do
like
both?
From the traditional comedy. You do both?
Do both.
Okay.
Because like I said, in the beginning of this interview, like when I first came into the game, I came in as just a stand-up.
Okay.
And then I said I'm gonna use social media as my promotional tool, which a lot of traditional stand-ups do. And they're still stuck there. But then I started seeing like, oh, I can edit my own little life too if I got the right apps and the right noises
And get seen more.
right. So I started like, damn, well, let me keep doing this. And then when the question get posed to me, just be ready. You know how to do stand-up, bro? Hell yeah. You think you got 50? Yup. And I do.
yeah.
So it's like, you got to do, like nowadays, you got to do everything. You got to do everything. It's all one and the same. But the road leads back to stand-up comedy.
Right.
That's where you become a rock star at.
And then you get into acting from stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of a wrecking ball, what would you compare his head to? Look at that. Like you can't say a wrecking ball.
Probably a bowling ball.
Yo, don't feed into his bullshit, man.
I was gonna say Hulk Hogan's muscle. I don't know. It's just like a lot of stuff. No, that like his head. I'm hollering.
We appreciate you, man, for
appreciate
stopping
you for
by.
coming
This
on,
was a
man.
great joint and
I
being
appreciate
transparent to the whole joint. A lot of times people be scared to like tell a story and get on this joint, bro. And it's like you told your story and you still got your chest sticking out. Like this who I was and this who I am and this what I'm going to become.
And I
You
can tell
feel
you
me?
right
And
now,
I appreciate that. Real rap,
I appreciate
bro.
y'all more for having me.
and it's
rap,
all
bro.
facts because the shit you were saying, no one would lie about anyway. So we know everything's
Real
authentic.
rap.
So I appreciate you being vulnerable and
That's
putting it all
funky
out
if you
there.
lie about some shit. Damn, like that.
He lied about being a Maytag upstate. He really was a
You
Maytag.
really getting the drone?
Yeah.
Look,
It's
my
cool.
celly, my
I mean,
celly the one time. It was fucked up in there.
No, I also want to say this before we go. Like, y'all doing y'all thing too as well.
Appreciate you, bro.
I'm glad you got out there and you got a great partner. I'm glad you got out there. You put your face out there as well as your head. I always wanted to tell you, you got a big head, but like Magneto. No, but I'm
Magneto. Yeah.
but no, I'm glad.
Did you ever see
Yo, get out of here, man.
Did you ever see Jingle All the Way?
I didn't.
I just want to see.
Another head joke. I know it's coming. That's crazy.
You know it is. He's supposed to be my man. He out of pocket.
That's fucked up. That's what
That's
they
what I
do
go
to
through
you.
all day, man. All day.
Shout out to Dime Duke. Shout out to this guy over here too. They do it to me too. All day. They just don't give a fuck. But
You never seen
I'm
Jingle
glad
All
you-
the Way? On
no.
the Jingle All the Way too.
Let me see. Let me
Got
see.
me Sinbad.
Man, you a nut. I almost threw your phone. Yeah, you out of pocket, bro. You out of pocket.
But I'm glad you took the risk to, get yourself a social media presence. Because like I said, I came across your job. I was like, oh, I like what they got going on. I like what he be talking about. Yeah, like you got to keep that shit going.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. And stay unique. Like
Yeah,
real
no
rap.
doubt.
Streets of Success.
Streets to success.